One of the leaders in the civil rights movement of the 1960s was actually a Polish-born American rabbi named Abraham Joshua Heschel, a revered theologian and activist. Rabbi Abraham famously said this about his participation in our nation's struggle for social justice and equality for African Americans. He said, "For many of us, the march from Selma to Montgomery was about protest and prayer. Legs are not lips, and walking is not kneeling. And yet our legs uttered songs. Even without words, our march was worship. I felt my legs were praying." Those very words are consistent with today's gospel, in which Jesus expands the whole idea of the Sabbath as more than just time set aside for God, but as the Spirit that sanctifies all time. It isn't just in our prayers and rituals stipulated for Sabbath worship that God is blessed. It is also in our acts of generosity, in our works of reconciliation, gratefully offered to the God of mercy and peace. A God who doesn't want us obsessing over ritualistic or external piety and not embracing the spirit of the Sabbath. We embrace the spirit of the Sabbath when we give thanks to God by way of giving to one another. Emphasis on giving, being selfless. And we embrace this spirit when we remember God's goodness to us by seeking what is good for those we love and even for those we find hard to love. As disciples of Christ, we can't afford to be like the Pharisees, too concerned with following the letter of the law, thereby missing its heart and the heart of Jesus' mission. When Jesus reached out on that Sabbath day to heal the man who was suffering, he also reached out through the blindness of the scholars and the Pharisees to teach them. This same Christ is also reaching to us today, asking us, what's holding us back from doing what we know to be good? Are we afraid to take the steps Christ is inviting us toward, thereby missing out on the gifts he would give us to carry us on that journey? Are we missing Jesus, who's present in our brothers and sisters, regardless of how imperfect they are or we are, because we're blinded by pride or judgment or worse, hatred? My friends, we are called to further Christ's healing ministry by being open to all who need healing of any sort, particularly to the poor and the socially excluded. And as we gather at the Eucharistic table, pray that we be open to what Christ wishes to share with us, and pray that we be healed of whatever would separate us from his love.
Thank you for joining us for the celebration of the Mass today. It's a blessing that you are with us. Every broadcast of this liturgy goes out to hundreds of people and hundreds of people all over the world. It's been an enormous blessing. If you'd like to support this virtual ministry of OLPH, please go to our website. You can support this ministry by going to Give Central so that we can continue to broadcast the liturgy each and every week. Thank you for your support. Most of all, thank you for joining us today. God bless you. Greetings from OLPH.